Welcome back to the Me Podcast with your host, Daniel Bryant. In today's episode, we have a special guest, one of our Me HBCU finalists, Robert Whiteside, to represent 1 out of 5 finalists for the Me HBCU Scholarship 2021. Robert Whiteside goes to North Carolina A&T State University. So without further ado, let me add him to the call.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing, Robert?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing pretty good. First, I'd like to say congratulations for being selected as a finalist. Your application was amazing to all the reviewers. So I just want to say congratulations for that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. So we're just going to get straight into some of the questions that we have for you. All right. So with this scholarship, one of the major parts of it was to talk about an adversity that you went through, but then also talk about how you overcame it. So I want you just to give the viewers a little, backstory about first the adversity that you had to go through, but then also how you were able to overcome it.
Okay. So for a little story time, this was about late September 2019, a couple weeks after my 18th birthday in senior year. So it was a busy time, getting ready for college, getting ready for the upcoming seasons for sports, the school work, trying to figure out where I want to go for college. And it was a couple weeks after my birthday, I remember. I started noticing some weird symptoms, but I was still working out. I didn't think too much of it. I maybe thought it was allergic reaction or something. And I remember I went into patient first one day after practice and had a blood test, and they immediately called the ambulance and said my platelet count was dangerously low, which are basically the cells that, are stopped bleeding and they're made in the spleen. I learned some of that on the spot, which it was just also crazy, being in the ambulance, after a couple hours after practice and school. I just thought I would be going home the same day. And so I was in the ambulance and went to the hospital and ended up spending about 4 or 5 days in the hospital over ended up being this illness affecting my spleen called ITP, which I still don't know how I got it. I'm blessed to be where I am today, but it was a really scary experience being in the hospital, being alone. My family, they took off time for their job, and my sister came down from college to help me be there. But it was just a scary time. I had a lot of time to think, reflect, and look at Bible verse scriptures, which were, they really meant a lot at the time, because I didn't know what was going to happen. There were some doctors that believed there was leukemia or something when I first got there. So I was just trying to, process everything and stay strong. I'm blessed to recover so quickly and be out the hospital so quickly. But it was a crazy time. And when I got back in school, it was, I had to readjust to everything. I had to get back ready for practice. I had to take some time off to make sure I was completely recovered and my blood platelet count was ready to go. And so I had to, basically lock in, really focus on everything. And I was also planning the junior retreat and the freshman retreat, and I had to write a story about a life experience. And then I just talked about, some of the scriptures and stuff in the hospital and the overall experience. And because before I was really trying to figure out what I was going to write about, and this experience, it felt like the perfect thing to say. I had to say it in front of a whole lot of people, which was a little nerve-wracking, but it felt good to get off my chest and, really had to lock in and to get ready for everything, because it was a really busy time.
Wow, that's truly amazing. I love your story. The one thing that I pulled from it was, even though you were in that hospital and it felt like, wow, I'm all alone. Even you had your family there, but when you're having to be in the hospital, because I was in the hospital after my car accident, had to be in an ambulance, and it's a scary moment because you really don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of like the unknown. And for you to go through that and still, see, I'm gonna keep on pushing. I'm gonna keep on trying my best. Going to scripture. One scripture I went to is Romans chapter 8, verse 18. Just kind of just keep on playing that in my head, that the present sufferings is not gonna is worthy to compare to what glory is going to be revealed. So just keep on playing that stuff in my head, positivity, all those things, and saying I'm just going to make it out. And then seeing you be able to share your story, not only on this platform, but in other situations, being able to share your story, because it has power. Like, I feel the power in your story now. This is our first time even talking to each other, face to face. So you truly got a powerful story, and I feel like you continue to share, you can touch so many people with it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was kind of hard sharing it, but it felt good afterwards. Just like some of the things I learned from it, just that you just have to cherish every moment. I was blessed to have it happen when it did. Like, if I was in the hospital when COVID was going on, like, that would be chaotic.
Yes, yeah. See, there's always a blessing in disguise. Like, really looking at all the blessings within, even in the troubles, always seeing the blessing. So now I want to go to the next question, right? A big part of what the essay for the scholarship was about, and that was talking about education. So I just want you to tell me, why was furthering your education at A&T, why was that important to you?
I feel education is always important. It helps you get to the goals that you want to accomplish. It can open so many doors, so many new experiences, so many networking opportunities, and like to reach your goals that you want to do, that you've been thinking about doing, and also like to prevent you from being like a stereotype, because knowledge is power. If it's something that can't be taken away from you, because so many people don't really have a good opportunity to like have a good education. So you have to make the best of it, and just try your best to go for your goals. Education, like, just knowledge of power. Like, the more you know, the more you can accomplish.
Most definitely. That's a bar. Knowledge is power. It's important that we take every single opportunity that we have to increase our knowledge, right? And it's a blessing to be in college. It's a blessing to be able to walk in the classroom and learn, because there's a lot of people. There's someone that you may not know that can't do it. May not be able to go to school. May not be able to learn the same way that we learn. So this is a true blessing to be able to have this opportunity. So it's important that we take advantage of it, at the highest, peak, which is college. So I think that's important that you hold education as a high standard in your life. And I think that's very important for everyone, for all college students.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. So now this is the final question I want to get into, and that's going to talk about another big part of what the application was about, and that's community service. Is a big thing for me that I love doing. I love giving back to my community, whether that's fundraisers, or whether that's me actually going into places and actually working with the youth, working with older people. However I can do that, I love going back and helping someone else. So your community service, I just want to talk to you. How are you going to motivate and empower your community?
I feel it's very important. I work at a community center for a summer program for kids, and it's at an important age group where like 8 to 14. You have some of the young elementary kids, and then the kids getting ready for high school. It's just like it's good to see how much they look up to me. Just they ask me like what I do, and they just so it's really cool to say how like some of them want to be like me. They want to go to college. They want to have a good career, high paying job. It's just it's important to impact the community, help uplift other people. So that may not, because it is in an underprivileged community, they don't have the same resources that a lot of people, so that people that are blessed are able to have. and you just have to motivate them and also have that self drive in yourself. Know what you want to accomplish, know what you want to do, what you enjoy doing, and then help other people get the tools so that they can be where you want to be and reach their own potential.
Come on now, that's powerful right there. That's what community service is all about. Being able to pour back into someone else, and but still having that motivation within yourself to be the best that you can be, right? Because like you said, you've seen those kids that look up to you. If they see that you're motivated and you're trying to do everything that you can and your ability to be the best that you can, they're going to try to copy that. They're going to try to be the best that they can. So it's important for us to be able to be that role model, someone that they can look up to, someone that, is a model citizen that they can say, hey, I respect him and I want to be like him one day, or I want to be myself, but I want to emulate, the standards that he holds his life to, right? So, being respectful, being responsible, those different things, especially at the kid level, like you said, that 8 to 14 range, that's a really big, age group, and it's very important for them because that's when you're mostly, you're persuaded, peer pressure to do certain things. So that's an important age group to be able to have someone like you who's respectful, who's responsible, who shows all those great qualities that we all want to be. So I truly commend you for doing that, for helping your community, helping the kids, and showing them what a real role model is.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's always important, find out, because there's always something going on in the community that you can help, talk to people, you can find out their stories. Just find out, how you can help them. Just do whatever you can, because anything you do, even the little things, they really appreciate.
For sure. Well, Robert, that's the end of our interview. I just want to say thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for applying to the scholarship, and congratulations for being a finalist.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on here.
All right. See you later. All right, y'all. That was an amazing interview. That was one out of 5 finalists for the Me HBCU Scholarship. So like always, have a Me day, stay motivated, and stay empowered.